Can we start it, sir?
Yes. Go
Hello,
ahead, Kripa.
everyone. Yes, a very good evening very good evening to everyone from India, and my warm greetings to everyone from the rest of the world. Welcome to Indian Occupational Therapist Think Tank official website launch ceremony and inaugural webinar. We sincerely appreciate your time and presence. A couple of housekeeping things. Please keep your mic on mute all the time and unmute it only when you speak. Please note that this webinar is recorded and you may choose to keep your camera on or off. However, please know that we would love to see your faces. All those who have registered for the webinar, please stay on the call after the launch event. And without further ado, I would like to welcome IOTTT's founder and president, Dr. Karthik Mani sir, to address you all, to share a few words about IOTT and what we do here, and to invite the chief guest of the day. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen to share a few words about IOTTT. Okay. All right. Can you all see my screen? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me put it on a slideshow mode. Still visible? Yeah. Or lost it? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you again. Thanks everyone for being here. Suresh, go ahead and attend all the attendees as they come in. All right. So again, it's a historical moment for us. And first of all, thank you to Dr. Jacobs for being here to make this even more special. So what is IOTTT? It is a registered nonprofit organization. We started as a voluntary group of like-minded people in 2019 and started doing a few projects, and eventually we recognized the need to become a formal organization. And now we are a registered nonprofit entity. I want to start off this meeting by outlining our mission. So our mission is to empower the development of OT in India by exploring the issues that influence the OT practice and education in India, and developing resources to assist with the growth of the profession and empowering the skill set of OTs in India. And our vision, we envision OT as a scientific, vibrant, and well-recognized healthcare profession in India that enables people in India to live their life to the fullest. So this is our executive committee, and most of them are here as well. And I'm so proud to have these folks on board because each of them have accomplished a lot on their own rights. And again, they all wanted to contribute to their profession. That's why they are here. And we do have some, who are not part of the executive committee, but we do have some great members with a lot of accomplishments behind their name. So quickly, our vice president is Ms. Shobana Murthy. If you're on camera, just wave the hand. And our secretary ad interim is Dr. Lakshmanan Sethuraman, and our treasurer is Mr. Murali Krishnan. And our EC members, Ms. Ashwini Rao, Dr. Suresh Kumar Kamalakannan, Dr. Naresh Babu, Ms. Geeta Sambat, and Mr. Manigandan Chakalingam. So why IOTTT? In India, of course, there's a lot of new schools and professionals on a growing growth trajectory. We need to advocate, from multiple fronts. So we need to do a lot more action. So there's a huge increase in the number of private practitioners, increase the number of schools, more students are coming out. So we thought we need to really have more entities so if you take the Western model, we have this parental body called American Occupational Therapy Association. We have AOTF promoting research. We have NBCOT, looking at the entry-level certification stuff. And we do have state associations for state-level advocacy. So there are multiple partners who are engaging to push the profession forward. So then there is a need for more entities to be formed and, take action on multiple fronts to push the profession forward. As I said, each of the organizations have their own core focus. Just to support that parental body, we need to, form and develop these organizations. So that is one of the reasons why we formed IOTTT. some of our past salient projects, quickly highlighting that we put together a task force, and the task force worked for nearly 2 years to develop a scope of practice document for Indian occupational therapy practice, which was eventually got published in the Indian Journal of Occupational. Please mute yourself in the background. We also published, during COVID, we published COVID rehabilitation guidelines for, rehab professionals. And eventually, of course, because of COVID, there was a surge in tele-rehab practice. So we went on to publish tele-rehabilitation guidelines for OTs in India. Then we also thought that in order to promote the profession, the professionals and the students need to really explain OT in simple terms to the stakeholders, including the general public and referral sources. And as you all know, India is such a culturally diverse and linguistically diverse country. So we started drafting simple definitions in various Indian languages, and we welcome if any of the attendees here are proficient in any other Indian languages, feel free to reach out to us so we can continue to translate these definitions in other language so that it's easy for the stakeholder to understand the definitions. In 2021, we started an initiative called Saturday Night Chat. So in every quarter, we'll pick one Saturday and then a topic for discussion, a professional issue that provide the platform where any interested individual doesn't have to be a member of IOTTT or not affiliated with us in any angle, but any public stakeholder, any OT, other professional, anybody can join that call and then present their perspective. So it is basically it is based on the premise that everything starts with a discussion. So we want to provide that platform for discussion. And all those Saturday night chat meetings are recorded and made available on our YouTube channel as well. So we have conducted 7 Saturday night chats so far, and the 8th one was supposed to be held in April. Because of this event, we just kind of pushed it a little bit. So towards the end of this month, you will have the next one. And feel free to watch the recording. And then also we want to generate the discussion, keep the discussion going. So feel free to post your comments in that YouTube chat thread. So people can continue to share their views and opinions on there as well. Of course, as part of IOTTT, we have conducted some review studies and stuff and published that in the IJOT. So there are a few papers with a combination of IOTT members is being presented. In addition to that, Dr. Suresh and everyone publish other studies individually on our own right, but as IOTTT, we have published a few papers as well. And future plans, of course, today is our inaugural webinar. We are planning to do more educational offerings in the future. And we are also in the process of developing more practitioner and student resources to support OT practice and education in India. We have started a new project called Short Video Project. So we are planning to develop 4 to 5 minute videos on different topics to educate various stakeholders, including students, OT practitioners, educators, general public, other healthcare professionals, etc. And we also trying to facilitate international collaboration partnership between the Indian OT community and the foreign OT community to empower the profession in India. So I don't want to take too much time. We're running out of time here. So support us, join our Saturday night chat session and share your perspectives, access, utilize, and share our resources, attend our educational offerings, share your knowledge. If you're an expert in a topic, please be a speaker for us, help us move forward. And of course, we value knowledge and education more than money. At the same time, we need a certain amount of money for operational stuff. So donate us as well and help us empower OT in India. So collaboration, of course, we are here to collaborate with us, with others. So please collaborate with us and invite us to collaborate as well. We are here to work with other organizations for the cause of occupational therapy in India. If you're advocating for a cause of OT in India, let us know. We will explore the feasibility to, join your efforts. Provide feedback. So, there will be a feedback form at the end of this event as well. So provide feedback on how we are doing, how we can improve ourselves. And let us know your need as well. So if you're looking for a particular resource and all, please shoot an email to IOTTT. We'll see how we can, develop that within our available resources. And sometimes we may sending out survey exploring the need. Please respond to those surveys as well. With that, that's like a brief summary of what is IOTTT and what we have done so far and what our future plans are. And now I'm so much privileged to invite Dr. Karen Jacobs. So let me share a little bit brief about Dr. Jacobs. So it's my privilege to introduce our chief guest today. She has been one of my inspirations since the time I met her. Dr. Jacobs is currently serving as the Associate Dean of Digital Learning and Innovation, as well as the Program Director of the Online Post-Professional OTT at Sargent College, Boston University. She wears multiple hats: educator, researcher, author, journal editor, leader, past president of IOTTT, legal lecturer, and so on. In addition to being an occupational therapist, she is also a certified professional ergonomist. She has received many grants. I got an opportunity to review her CV once a few years ago, and it ran 92 plus pages. And I'm sure it'll be nearly 100 plus pages now. Speaking of 100, she was also named as one of the 100 influential leaders in the field of occupational therapy when our profession celebrated its centennial year in 2017. At IOTTT, we are so glad to have our website launched by an influential leader as we look forward to empowering OT in India and positively influence its trajectory. Dr. Jacobs, please launch our website and share the screen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And I just want to thank you for your kind words and for being invited today. I am honored to welcome you all to this official launch and first official webinar of the India Occupational Therapists Think Tank. I love the title of the think tank too. It brings so many different thoughts to me and just opens opportunities for us to all be together. This is an exciting and important event for occupational therapy in India and around the world. And I know you have people from Ireland, the US, and many other countries participating and attending, and I know who will be part of the think tank. The Indian Occupational Therapy Think Tank has been established with the goal of advancing the field of occupational therapy in India. And you learned just a few minutes ago about the mission. Now, providing collaboration and communication among professionals in occupational therapy and advocating for the rights of individuals with disabilities is so important. And I know with participation in the India Occupational Therapy Think Tank, this will become a reality. Collaboration is so important. And I just want to underscore what has been accomplished already. And I'm just going to read from the slide that was presented a few minutes ago. Looking at the scope of practice in India, looking at and providing COVID guidelines, that leadership during a very challenging time was so important for the profession. Telerehabilitation guidelines and continuing with the use of telerehabilitation and telehealth is critical. And this is an area that I hope everybody will continue to embrace because it allows us to amplify occupational therapy throughout India and the world, and to begin to collect research on the comparative effectiveness of in-person compared to telerehabilitation. OT definition and helping people articulate what is occupational therapy. We all need to feel comfortable sharing what occupational therapy is with anyone we speak with. It can be sitting at a dinner table with our family. It can be at work. It can be anywhere you are, but be proud to be an occupational therapist and define it so that it becomes widely recognized. Saturday night chats sounds like they're in person, and I wish I could join you. And I hope people will continue to participate. And those who are here today, I hope you will join in and join the think tank. It's so important. And research papers in IOTTT, Continue to do your research and to publish. Presenting is so important, but publishing, again, amplifies our impact to the world. I encourage all of you to actively participate in discussions and presentations throughout today's event. You have a wonderful webinar before you with Kelly Mahler, and the topic is so important. Please take advantage of the opportunity to connect with fellow occupational therapists. Together, we can make a positive impact on the lives of those we serve through occupational therapy. You are in good hands today. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to a productive and engaging event. Thank you again.
Thank you, Dr. Jacobs. Could you please visit iottt.org and share the screen with us?
I don't have a slideshow.
Oh, okay. You should be able to, because that's fine. I'll go ahead and share on your behalf.
Thank you.
Can you all see my screen?
Beautiful.
Yes. Site is IOTTT.org. So please visit us, and on the page you can actually, there is a place for you to leave your comments and thoughts. Please go ahead and do it. And thank you, Dr. Jacobs, for your inspiring words. And we look forward to your continued support and guidance as well as we move forward. In whatever way you can support our organizations, we look forward to do that. And also, we would love to have you as one of our speakers in our future educational offerings.
I would love to do that and share some of the research that we have been conducting about working from home and well-being, and also on mentorship. So thank you for this opportunity, and I'm so honored to be with everyone today.
Thank you so much. Let me stop sharing. And I would like to invite one of our EC members, Dr. Suresh Kumar Kamalakanan, to say a few words about some of the research projects that we are currently doing. Go ahead, Suresh.
Thank you, Karthik. Thank you, Karen, for launching this Indian Occupational Therapist Think Tank website. And for all the other participants, I would just like to provide additional updates on what we have been doing and what we are planning to do in the next couple of years. So primarily, we targeted 3 key domains of occupational therapy profession: education, research, and practice. In terms of practice, that is where we initially started, because we started to look at providing some guidelines to ensure standards for occupational therapy practice in India. And by the time we started to come out with a framework, we got into COVID-19 pandemic. And during the pandemic, we looked at helping people who are practitioners in OT to come up with some guidelines that they can actually follow and ensure that they are not spreading the infection, and also they are not excluding those people who are vulnerable for kind of getting into lots of problems related to health and disability because of the pandemic situation. So we had the COVID-19 rehabilitation guidelines for anybody who would like to provide therapy during the COVID-19 times. And especially at this point of time, in terms of practice, what we are all focusing at IOTTT was to primarily look at regulating and bringing good standards of practice and competency framework for provision of occupational therapy services to whoever who needs it in the country. And also kind of spread that out to low and middle income countries as well. So primarily in terms of practice, we are looking at regulation, standards, and ensuring implementation of both with the current policies and programs that's in place, especially the National Initiative for Allied Health Professionals, where we have councils coming up in all these states of India, and we have a central council for that as well. In terms of education, we are primarily targeting a revamp of the curriculum, if possible, by supporting any institution who is looking at updating their curriculum in occupational therapy, particularly looking at what's out there in a 3 to 3.5 year course in the West, particularly in countries like UK, US, Canada, Australia, where people who are enrolled in occupational therapy programs learn occupational therapy within 3 years, and they are intensive as well compared to the 4.5 year course that happens in India in most of the institutions, and particularly kind of having being the second leading populous country in the world, we have lots of institutions providing occupational therapy education in the country, and hence there is a dire need for looking at incorporating research and the other aspects of occupational therapy into the curriculum, and then looking at an updated curriculum, even if it's going to be 4.5 years. So we are looking at the aspects of reducing the time of the education, and also looking at increasing the quality of the time by lots of additional components that needs to be integrated, particularly research and professional practice within the curriculum in occupational therapy in India. In terms of research, we are very clearly focusing on coming up with the evidence for occupational therapy in managing persons with disabilities or to reduce disabilities in India. We have provided the hardcore evidence on this particular topic a couple of years ago in the All India National Occupational Therapy Conference, and it's also published in the Indian Journal of Occupational Therapy. We've also looked at the quality of research in occupational therapy as a kind of systematic review, looking at the evidence for both research and practice in occupational therapy within the country. And we want to take that forward and then look at how best we can ensure bridging the gaps in evidence and paucity of evidence in occupational therapy, as well as rehabilitation of people with disabilities in general in the country. So these are the activities that we have been going to. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh. So is Amitabh Dwivedi from IOTTT here? It looks like he's not. So I would like to, Sophia, not to put you on the spot, but if you want to say a few words representing the OT schools in India, that'll be great.
Yeah. 1 minute. Yeah. Thank you, Suresh, for updating about OT profession and how you are going about it. I would just like to make one point over here. Like 4.5 years course is really good course what we are following now. And when our students are going to US or especially US, there they are telling them, you have already learned everything. What are we going to teach you now? So that is, so our course is so good and robust that students are coming out of our curriculum. They are immediately getting this thing, I mean, placed in different areas of practice, and they are getting good like offers also. Like recently we conducted one campus interviews, and our students were taken up for their practice and all. So I want to say that we are over here, we are I mean fighting for increasing the tenure rather than reducing it. 4.5 years is a good one, and because you know why? Because the UGC and the new policy, NEP policy, which has come now, they are insisting on 4 years course. Like all the, even the arts, commerce and science courses are now becoming 4 years after the NEP. So if we reduce it, it will not be good for our profession. So I think this 4.5 years is a good thing, and like it's a, I mean they learn quite a lot in that. So that was my.
Thank you, Dr. Asad. Like any words for IOTTT?
Sorry.
No, ma'am. Do you have any words for IOTTT? Any views about Indian OT's think tank?
Yeah, that's a great platform, and we would really love to collaborate with you all and do future, I mean, webinars or even workshops. Hands-on training also will be very good, and really looking forward to develop this collaboration. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we just have a few minutes before the start of the webinar, and welcome Dr. Kelly Mahler. Kelly is here as well. So I would like to now invite our Vice President, Ms. Shobhana Murthy, to deliver the vote of thanks to conclude the website launch ceremony, and then we'll move on to the webinar.
And congratulations
me?
for
Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay, listen, I have two devices here. One is my laptop and the phone. So I'll be like, moving here and there, but I see you all here on this laptop. All right. Okay. So good evening, everybody. I mean, it is indeed a historical moment for all the members in the Indian Occupation Service think tank. Thank you everyone for taking the time to be here today for the website launch of our organization. It is my honor and privilege to welcome Dr. Karen Jacobs and Kelly Maller for being here, first of all, and agreeing to launch the website and also to conduct a webinar. Thank you so much for that. I would like to begin the vote of thanks with a quote said by our former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He said, "Dream, dream, dream. Your dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action." And this quote very well suit with the journey of IOTTT and Dr. Karthik Mani's dream. Here we are today, successfully launched our website with globally renowned occupation therapist Dr. Jacobs as our chief guest. And we have Kelly Maller as our webinar presenter. Thank you so much. We are so grateful for you, Dr. Jacobs, for making your time to be present here on your busy schedule. It is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. And your kind words and your encouraging words, motivating, so motivating. Thank you so much. And I believe that this will keep on encouraging us. And these sort of words we need to move forward. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Dr. Kelly Maller for agreeing to deliver a webinar to our participants. I'm sure your knowledge will enlighten us. We are so much looking forward. Thank you so much. I take this opportunity to extend my thanks to our team members who extremely worked to make this event happen. I begin with Dr. Cheruba. I'm not sure whether she is there, but she was the one coordinated the webinar queries from all the participants and addressed them appropriately. Thank you so much, Cheruba. And special thanks to Dr. Kiruba, Priscilla, and Dr. Jyoti Kumar. You guys have worked to publish the flyer on social media anytime. Thank you so much for that. Thanks to Dr. Lakshmanan, who really worked hard on organizing the contents on the website and chasing us all the time. Sorry if we had made you a little bit, delay on submitting our biodatas and stuff, but you were so patientful. Thank you so much, Lakshmanan. Thanks to all the other IOTT members who circulated the launching flyers on all the social media pages. A big thank to you, Karthik, who had always believed in IOTTT. Your tireless work resulted in today's occasion being a successful one. I'm so happy to say that. I've seen people multitasking, and I have to admit that you, Karthik, you are more than that. I don't know what to name. Without you, we are not here today. Thank you so much for leading IOTTT. Last but not least, thank you so much for all the participants who registered for today's webinar, who had trust on us, who really encouraged us. Without you, this may not be possible. And we hope to see you all again in the future upcoming events. Please keep supporting our organization. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sure that we will have a really good webinar coming now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I just want to extend my sincere thanks to you for for all your efforts related to the registration. Monitoring the registration, monitoring all the tracking all those transactions and stuff. Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate your efforts.